Running with the runners, running with the runners.
All right, welcome in everyone. You are running with the runners. It's Tuesday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all of those who have served our country. We have an ultimate presentation for you guys tonight. But before we get started, we got to give some celebration, some thanks to one of the newest Texit Rangers, Ricardo Hamilton, aka M.I.M.S. What's going on, bro? Good to see you in Miami last week.
Oh yeah. What's going on, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. Running with the runners, lace up. Let's get wealthy. Yeah, you heard it. Texit Ranger. Not surprised at all. We knew it was just a matter of time. A lot of people thought I was already Ranger, but folks, we did it. We here, and we just getting started, folks. We just getting started. A lot of exciting things taking place. A lot of opportunity for you guys to help continue to grow and win and be successful. But I'm pumped up and fired up and excited as always, brother. How about you?
Man, it just doesn't get any better. I had an awesome time in Miami, getting to connect and meet with so many amazing people in Texit. And M.I.M.S, this is what we are about, right? We're about helping people secure their wealth, grow their network, and their net worth. So that's why tonight, guys, like we're going to be focusing big time now on really spreading the message of Texit, getting it to grow bigger than people could ever imagine. So tonight, this is our rough draft, our soft opening of our new presentation. We're going to tweak it and improve it, but we are ready to bring to you guys the vision and the mission that Bobby Gray has laid out with Texit tonight.
Yeah, phenomenal. We got a phenomenal presentation for you.
All right, we got some people in the chat. Manuel, congratulations, Ricardo, our brother Josh. Way to go, Ricardo. And guys, I mean, this is global. Shout out to Andrea down in Auckland, New Zealand, listening. So right away, guys, share this out, tag some people, and let's get this on there because M.I.M.S, we want to make sure that everyone is positioned for the digital wealth transfer. All right. And this is going to catch a lot of people off guard, but they need to be ready with what is going on here. And we're going to start with some basic education about the problem that we are all suffering from right now.
Behold, I've discovered fire.
I don't get it.
It's a wheel. Now we can use it to transport things.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's electricity. We can light our homes and power machines.
I don't get it.
This is computer. It will change the way we connect and communicate around the world.
Yeah, I don't get it.
This is a cell phone. Now I can call my loved ones anytime, any place.
Yeah, I don't get it.
This is Bitcoin. It's borderless, incorruptible money that can't be inflated away.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And M.I.M.S, you know, how many times has we heard this, right? And this is where people struggle with. They think they need to know everything and totally understand everything to get into Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and Texit. And, you know, like, I'm like, bro, I don't know how my toaster works. I don't know how my car works, right? But you need to find people who do, and then you just press a few buttons and you learn how to leverage and get involved with this digital wealth transfer.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about that video is that all of those different transitions you see were wealth opportunities. Those are opportunities to create wealth in emerging technology and, you know, the evolution and advancement of humanity. And I'm gonna tell you right now, most people don't care about how something works. They just want to know, can they benefit from it? You know, a lot of people play the lottery. A lot of people gamble. People just want money. Okay. And long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, most people, they would love to get money in that way. And so that's why I get excited about this opportunity that we have with blockchain and crypto, because you don't have to understand Bitcoin. You don't have to understand digital assets right out the gate. You'll figure it out, but you need to understand that there's an opportunity here that can change your life financially forever because you just happen to be alive during a very significant time period in history. And if you do certain things, you can make sure that generational wealth comes from you. And that's the message that we're trying to get to people while showing them the way and providing them the opportunities, like obviously Texit tonight, to get there.
No, 100%.
Jekyll Island, November 1910. 7 bankers meeting in secret to create America's central bank. We just can't call it that. The 1907 panic nearly destroyed us. Banks failed, fortunes vanished.
We want to control America's money supply, create booms, trigger busts, and profit from both. And how will we do that?
We'll create money from nothing, loan it to the government, and charge interest. Legal counterfeiting, my friends. But there's a cost. Every dollar we print steals value from existing dollars. It's a hidden tax that flows directly to us. And it gets worse. If we ever get off the gold standard, governments can print money for wars. Endless wars become possible and profitable. Since Americans hate central banks, we'll call it the Federal Reserve. Sounds governmental, doesn't it? It's not. The president will appoint board members, but we'll pick who he appoints. We'll have 12 regional banks. Looks decentralized, democratic even, but New York banks control them all. That's us. You're probably wondering how we're going to get this through Congress. December 23rd, 1913. Most of Congress home for Christmas. Perfect timing for passing unpopular legislation. I'll publicly oppose our own bill in Congress. They'll pass it thinking they beat Wall Street. We'll fund university chairs, write the textbooks. They'll teach our system as economic science. Beautiful. Every American born after this will inherit debt on money we created from nothing. Generational servitude. The Federal Reserve. Not federal, no reserves. But everyone will think it's their government protecting them.
Good afternoon.
So M.I.M.S, I know this is your wheelhouse, so I'll let you go on here and make it make sense.
Yeah.
As to the problem we have with money right now.
Well, just like we were on a call tonight, and our fearless leader, Bobby Gray said, he quoted, now I'll paraphrase it, but he talked about Henry Ford. I think he said, if the American people ever understood the president, banking, and monetary system, there'd be a revolution by tomorrow morning. And that video right there is why there should be a revolution by tomorrow morning. But the exciting thing is that nobody has to die. All we have to do is take away the power from the central banks, okay? Take away the power from this debt-based fiat monetary system and choose our own way of doing business and commerce and trade. And that's where Texit Coin is picking up and where Bitcoin left off. Peer-to-peer currency, folks get behind it. But as you can see, just like they said in the video, the dollar is continuing to lose value. People's lifestyles are continuing to be declined as the purchasing power of the dollar declines. And this is what, the education piece that's really the most important aspect of it all. Because if you don't really understand the problem, you can never really appreciate the solution that's being presented to you and the options that can put you in position to change your life. But yeah, Mike, when anybody who looks at that, if you understand what you're looking at and seeing that it's just your value of your money is becoming less and less, it should force you to want to do something, right? Make some change.
All right, I'm glad you said that, M.I.M.S, because here's the thing is the next video we're going to show you guys gets me emotional. And guys, Texit is amazing. And yeah, we're making money, but this is bigger than money, right? This is about liberty and freedom and the future. And yeah, we can talk about inflation and dollars and purchasing power and all that stuff. But when you realize that they're robbing the energy and life of people, that's what gets me motivated to spread this Texit message all around the world. So guys, pay attention to this next video because it is literally eye-opening.
Central banking is an institutionalized system of time theft because ultimately the fruits of your labor are a product of your time or energy, right? Time and energy used synonymously here. We printed $6 trillion in 2020, right? In the US. The average annual US salary is $60,000 roughly. That's 100 million years stolen, right? Through the counterfeiting of currency. If each human works from the age of 20 to 70, so that's about 50 productive years per human, the counterfeiting of $6 trillion USD equals the stealing of 2 million human lives worth of productive labor. Right? This is to try to make it real, like it's a real massive problem. And then of course the plausible deniability that's built into inflation, right? It's Putin's fault. It's Beyonce's fault. It's the supply chains. It's everything but the central bank. So again, we're back to that romantic lie, the deception and the stealing going hand in hand. I think this is hopefully what we can deliver as Bitcoiners, is pulling back the veil on this bullshit.
$6 trillion in 2020 alone, M.I.M.S.
Yeah.
2 million people's lives, time, and energy robbed by simply creating dollars out of thin air. M.I.M.S., this is what gets me frustrated and motivated to spread the message of blockchain, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and Texit coin, because to me, this is our only way out, the only way that the people can bring the power back to us and take it away from the centralized authorities, the corporations, Wall Street, and governments.
Yeah, everything we're seeing now is symptoms of a system in collapse. And what is collapsing is this debt-based fiat monetary system. And this is why I say that the Federal Reserve is public enemy number one. And, this is where I get excited, because now we understand this stuff. The information is here, the understanding is there. And now we have solutions, now we have systems, now we have opportunities to actually get out of their system, and put ourselves in position to be free. So this was so exciting. But, those are some great videos to really kind of just catch people up on, the monetary system, which most people don't understand, and then really kind of help people understand the value of, what's taking place with the Federal Reserve and the loss in purchasing power of their dollars and why that is. It's important that people understand it, because like I said, if you don't really understand that, you won't appreciate and really understand the options and opportunity that's before you to change your life forever.
No, 100%. And guys, this is how we bring the power back to the people, is we have got to stop using the old centralized systems. I mean, think about it. Before cryptocurrency and blockchain, if I wanted to send Ricardo money, right, I need to put my money into a bank, and then I need to use another third party, Visa, MasterCard, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, to send it to his bank, and then he gets to use it. And guess what happens in the middle of it? They're taking 3 to 5% of that money, right? They can debank you, where they literally kick you out of the system. And, you're paying for your banks, you're paying interest, you're paying overdraft fees, all of this, right? That's the old way. We want to be done with that. Why give our power, our time, our energy, and all these fees to central banks and Visa and MasterCard? Guys, cryptocurrency and blockchain, whether it's Bitcoin or Texit, is literally peer-to-peer, and it can't be stopped. If I want to send Ricardo Texit, I simply pick up my phone, send it to him, push a few buttons, and it goes to him. Nobody can stop it.
Yep.
And this is the future, guys. If we don't do this, do you think it's going to get worse or better? Do you think the censorship, right, the banning, the cancel culture is going to get worse or better with the way our governments are going, man? So this is what gets me excited, is this is how we bring the power back to the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Without a doubt.
I didn't realize that if the average year the money printer goes, call it 8 to 10%, even in the Western countries, even in the OECD nations, and the average return on the S&P 500 is, call it 9-ish%, including dividends, maybe 9.7, maybe a little less, that it means that all of the work of the S&P 500, all of the value created there, is actually the money printer. That to me was startling. I mean, to think about that, the fundamental notion that in a closed system or even an open system, when you're printing money at the rate of 8 to 10% a year, everything is losing value, and the things that appear to be gaining value are not gaining value. They're just keeping you even. So you can put all your money in the S&P 500 and you're not gaining any relative wealth at all. That's a startling insight. I mean, when you really think about the entire value of the S&P 500, on average, over a long period of time, not even a long period of time, is equivalent to the money printer. That's, to me, a shock. And it was a shock that said, oh my goodness, how do you think about creating wealth that is relatively greater in this economy? And you have to look hard. The other thing you can imagine is I could tell you about Sharp.
So just to get the basics of that, guys, what he was basically saying is, Real inflation, because the government lies to you. They changed the way they calculate the CPI or the inflation in 1980, and they change it every year to hide it. Real inflation is at least 8 to 9%. Some people even think 17. So you can put your money in the stock market, give it to Wall Street and all the banksters to hold for 50 years and make 8 to 9% in the S&P 500 in stock market. But what they don't tell you is the real inflation is 8 to 9%. So you're basically treading water. You're gaining nothing. You're not building any real wealth. Blockchain and cryptocurrency, to me, M.I.M.S, is our only way out, the only chance to truly get ahead, because you cannot outwork inflation.
Yeah. It's a rigged, managed, manipulated market. This is not a free market that we're in. This is not a real economy that we're in.
No.
It's an illusion, and there's a massive illusion of wealth, and that illusion of wealth is going to collapse like a house of cards, and it does every time there's a crisis in the financial system. And so that's why they love to keep your money in the financial system the way they do. But this is why we let people know you want to be in these undervalued assets. And the solutions are there for those who got eyes to see and ears to hear.
Yeah, and this, M.I.M.S, this blows me away, right? The median home price in 2016 was $288,000. Now to get the same home just 8 years later, it's $434,000. I actually think it's higher than that now. But did that house that's almost twice as much for that house.
Yeah.
Did that house get twice as big? Did it get upgraded and renovated? No, it stayed the same. That's the same with the stock market. There's just more dollars chasing the same goods. And that's why in 2016, you needed 664 Bitcoin to buy the average house. And now today, you need 6.6, and it might actually be less.
It's less, yeah.
Right? So it's about a finite supply. So when we're talking about Bitcoin and Texit, there can only be so many of them mathematically. When we're talking about dollars, it's an unlimited amount. So the amount of dollars you need for anything you want will always continue to go up. Well, on average, with cryptocurrency, Texit, and Bitcoin, it will continue to go down.
Yeah.
You want to give me $1 billion?
Now, M.I.M.S, if you don't believe me,
You want to give me $1 billion in Bitcoin right now? I have 5 seconds to make a decision. $1 billion of Bitcoin or $1 billion of real estate. I'll take the Bitcoin right now. Why? I don't have to do a title. I don't have to do an appraisal. I don't have to do a survey. I don't have to go through the banks. I don't have to get a loan. It doesn't come with termites, tenants, evictions, the government, taxes, bullshit. Yeah, I'd take the Bitcoin in a heartbeat.
And that's the billionaire mindset. That's the billionaire mindset.
Yeah. Termite, tenants, and taxes. Triple T.
So guys, the blockchain is the new real estate. Like, I can't tell you, M.I.M.S, how many guys made billions of dollars in real estate. Now they're just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Blockchain and cryptocurrency is way easier. Now, guys, I still love Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin every single day. But one thing is for sure, digital assets are the future, right? President Trump signed 3 bills in August alone. They're getting ready to sign another huge crypto blockchain bill this month. Even the Michigan Teachers Pension Fund is buying millions of dollars of Bitcoin. BlackRock, the biggest hedge fund, and their CEO, Larry Fink, explains why they are buying billions of Bitcoin. Texas already signed a bill to create a Bitcoin state Bitcoin reserve. So, guys, if you're not paying attention, you are going to get left behind.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
And M.I.M.S, we got to see Eric Trump in Miami.
Yeah.
He started his own Bitcoin mining project.
Yeah.
He says it's going to 1 million. M.I.M.S, I mean, when the president is talking about crypto and blockchain this much, I don't understand how everyone's not paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, the most important economy is your economy. Okay. Don't get caught up in the distractions. Don't get caught up in the fear. Don't get caught up in all the other things that are irrelevant to you putting yourself in position to make sure that a wealthy family comes from you if you didn't come from a wealthy family. You know, this is a life-changing opportunity right now, and that window is only going to be open for so long. Okay, you have an administration that is telling you how to get wealthy, where the wealth is going, where the money is going, and this is why we get excited about Texit, okay? Because all the problems and things that we are identifying tonight, we have the solution for with Texit coin, okay? And this is why it is important that you guys like this out and share this out, because in a time like this is where people need options, okay? People need solutions. People need ways to get ahead because most people don't know this information, don't have access to it, and this is the time to really get into this space and win. And we're showing people how to do that.
And everyone watching right now, like this, share it out. But I want to ask you guys a question. Put it in the comments. What year do you wish you would have bought Bitcoin? Everyone has that story, M.I.M.S, of they were exposed to it or they tried to buy it or somebody told them to buy it in 2012, 13, whenever. And they always, if I would have just put in $1,000, I'd have $1 million today, right? And again, I still love Bitcoin, but most of it's mined in China, right? Most of it is owned by hedge funds now, right? A lot of us miss that boat, or we have some, but not enough. And so now this is our second chance with Texit coin. And the best thing about this, guys, it is a made in America blockchain, and they have taken certain steps to make sure the rich, the wealthy, the elite, the hedge funds, foreign governments cannot get involved and own that much of it. And it's so similar, right? Texit is actually a Litecoin fork or copy, which is basically Bitcoin's little brother. So it's a proof of work layer 1. Now, with Bitcoin, you need to be a multi-millionaire to mine it. And it's very difficult, and it's basically your full-time job. Mining is difficult and expensive. With Texit, anyone can easily do it. You don't need any equipment, right? Very low entry fee. You don't need any technical know-how. We literally have 92-year-old grandmothers mining Texit right now. Now, Bitcoin is slow and expensive. Sometimes it'll cost you $5 to send it. Sometimes it could cost you $50. Texit is super fast and costs less than a tenth of a penny to send. Now, what we are doing with Texit is we are crowdsourcing, creating 35 large physical mining farms in Texas. Okay. And this is exactly M.I.M.S. I loved it when we were listening to Eric Trump and his American BTC. That's where they're building their Bitcoin farms, is in Texas. And we'll talk about why here in a minute. But for those of you that are new, this is a miner. Okay. We don't mean a guy with a pickaxe or a shovel going out to dig in the ground. The new era is digital mining using supercomputers. And we buy Bitmain Antminer L9s. And we'll talk about how those can mine other coins for us. But this is what separates us from 99.9% of everything else out there, M.I.M.S.
Yeah. Listen, if you want to get into blockchain and crypto, you can buy it, and that's great. We buy it. I love buying it, but there's no better way, in my opinion, to get into blockchain and crypto than to mine it. Okay. When you can mine the digital asset while you're learning, you're earning, you're receiving those digital rewards. You can sell those digital rewards every single day if you want. You can accumulate them, or you could trade them out for other digital assets. Mining is the best thing out there when it comes to the blockchain and crypto space. Why would you not want to acquire something one time and receive the asset every single day for the rest of your life for doing that? And so when you look at, like you just showed earlier, the comparison to Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, and you look at Texit coin and Texit coin mining, then you see how early we are in this space versus where Bitcoin is. You can obviously see there's a massive opportunity for being in early on a massive project like this, has real physical mining, facilities all throughout Texas, folks. This is real physical miners all throughout Texas. So this is really exciting when you get behind a real project like this that's so forward thinking and it's right on time.
And guys, why Texas? Again, they have their own energy grid. They have cheap energy. They have renewable energy, wind, solar, natural gas, low regulations, and a spirit of independence. And of course, we're building a huge network there with Bobby leading us there. And so what I love about Texit is, we every night, every Tuesday, Bobby gets on and explains what's going on, is completely transparent.
Yeah.
And he's been doing this for decades, guys, building alternative currencies, created the original Bitcoin coin in 2012, created an app you can use that verifies things on the blockchain called Beavis. He went deep into this tonight, and everyone in Texas knows what I'm talking about JPEGs and IPFS, like top next level intelligence. He does cold storage coins that keep your crypto safe and secure. And he founded Texit in 2024. And so I just want you guys to hear from Bobby, because when I first heard about Texit, it didn't click with me, right? Until I heard Bobby speak a little bit. So I want you guys to hear just from our founder here for a few words to explain why he started this project and what his vision and mission are.
And January 26th of 2024, I mined the first block of Texit coin. Now, here's the important part. Texit coin is technologically very similar to Litecoin. In fact, we started out as a Litecoin clone. And I did that because I wasn't interested in bringing any fancy bells and whistles to the conversation. I was looking at the community and I said, well, I'm going to get into crypto. Which one should I get into? Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum? You got all these great ones out there. Which one should I throw my hat in the ring to support? And I set out to do some research. And that's when it hit me even worse than this Texit thing. What I realized is that Asia now primarily controls almost all the big cryptos. Proof of work cryptos, think about it. China makes the chips that you need to run the supercomputers that mine the crypto. They get almost free electricity. So of course it makes sense that they've got more than 51, 52, 53% of the mining power. Think about proof of stake coins like Ethereum is now. Whoever holds the most amount of it makes the decisions on the technology. Well, the biggest exchange in the world is Binance, 5, 6, 7, 10 times bigger than Coinbase. They've got the majority of the crypto holdings. I mean, 60% of all crypto trading now is Japan, Korea, and China. And I was blown away to find out that the majority of the crypto excitement today is in Asia. I said, there's got to be somebody that's doing something like a made in America crypto, right? Make crypto American again? Not a thing. And I said, that's what I'll do. Let's design a proof of work coin. That's the hard way. It's really easy to code up a meme coin and launch a, Hawk 2 Girl token. The hard way is building out the mining infrastructure, but the mining infrastructure is really what matters, because in proof of work coins, we're taking electricity as our raw material. We're working that electricity through these things called ASICs, these supercomputers that are designed to do these complex math equations in a lottery format to get this prize, this digital reward. When I thought about that, I thought this is very similar to how I used to manufacture coins back in the day. I take this big bar of silver, that's my raw material. I'd melt it down using all this production equipment and electricity. And at the end of the day, I get a pile of, 1 ounce silver coins. So when I thought about electricity as the raw material, ASICs as the production equipment, and at the end of the day, I get a pile of digital coins, it's the same thing. I've been doing this for years. I know how to do it. And I said, I'm going to build a mine here in Texas. Texas is beginning to become the center of the cryptocurrency conversation in the United States. Think about it, right? If crypto is all about electricity and power, we've got great electricity here in Texas. We've got our own grid. The only problem we really have here in Texas is the heat, and these supercomputers put off a ton of heat. And we wrestled with that in the beginning. We had a garage full of these Bitmain L3s, that were old, outdated. I was like, we're going to repurpose these things and we're going to get them to make our own coin. And so I have these supercomputers screaming in my garage and it's 120 degrees. And I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. I come across this technology called immersion cooling.
Like a mineral oil substance. We've got about 252 amps of 480 volt power plugged into the tub.
I don't touch it.
Well, you can. That's the fun thing about it. You can put your finger within like a 1/4 of an inch of a 480 volt connection, which is like a no-do, without getting electrocuted. So it's kind of an engineered mineral oil
That's kind of all because of the heat or the.
It's 16 times more thermally conductive than airflow is. So if you've got these things sitting here and you're just blowing air across the chips, they get hot. Creates a lot of heat.
And now we've got tubs full of something like.
So M.I.M.S, I love seeing the transparency. Bobby Gray actually there with the miners. Here we have some more footage from the Victoria, Texit mine that is going in. And M.I.M.S, it's real, it's happening, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, Texas probably is the perfect place for the operation and for the miners, because also Greg Abbott is supporting Texas and crypto in a way to where he wants Texas to be the crypto capital. So most people don't know that, but Texas is looking to become the crypto capital of the world. And so obviously we have Donald Trump making us, the leading in crypto here in the United States, and Texas being the crypto capital. And then obviously you can see what Texit Coin is doing with its real physical mining infrastructure and this crowdfunding mechanism that we have and this growing community. Folks, this is the time. Okay, this is the time to get in position, start mining, and put yourself in position to capitalize on the largest wealth transfer in history. Okay, everything is going on chain. Everything is getting tokenized. You want to be in this space of blockchain and digital assets, and there's no way better than mining it. Okay, than mining it, and Texit Coin is the best way to start.
So guys, we call this getting a seat on the rocket ship, right? We can say it's a miner, but obviously you don't need to know how to do anything. You don't need to have physical equipment. But why you want to buy a seat on the rocket ship, right, is you're going to get Texit coins sent to your own wallet every day for the next 137 years. And like Ricardo talked about, mining is better than buying because you don't have to time the market and decide, when am I going to buy? How much am I going to buy? When do I sell? How much do I sell? The beauty of it is, M.I.M.S, is when you do decide to sell some Texit tokens, and yes, guys, you can sell Texit $4, send them to your bank and buy whatever you want in the real world. We show you how to do this. We have thousands and thousands of people have done this, right? Guess what happens the next day, M.I.M.S? You get more Texit coins sent to your wallet.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. Most people don't, grasp the magnitude of that. Is 6 months later, you've been accumulating all these coins. If you decide to sell all your coins that you've accumulated from the miner, the next day, you're still going to receive coins. Okay,
beautiful.
You got this miner 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years from now, you're still going to be getting coins. Okay, if you love XRP or Ethereum or Bitcoin or any other digital asset out there, you can set it up to where every week or every month or every quarter or every 6 months, you decide to convert all your digital Texit coins, your rewards that you receive from your miner, and convert them into those digital assets if you want. Okay. There's the best opportunity, the best way to get into blockchain and crypto is mining, without a doubt. And when you can be a part of a project like Texit Coin so early on and start mining, it's something that you're going to want to take advantage of.
Yes, because seats are limited, guys. There's only 1 million seats, and we are 20% full. So the sooner you get started, the more you can win. This is just an example of a few different wallets. Okay, on the left is what's called a hot wallet. That means I can spend and send it whenever I want. So you can see in this one, I'm earning about, $28, $29, $30 a day in Texit. And the other one on the right actually split my account. So the other one is my cold storage where I'm getting, $30, $28 a day. Yeah. So guys, the beauty of the daily rewards, right? You can save them, you can sell them, you can trade them, or you can spend them. You decide. It's totally up to you. It is in your own wallet.
And what I like about this slide is that, one, it reminds me to let people know, do not value or think of your wealth in dollars. Okay. Because for one thing, the dollar is not a unit of wealth. The dollar doesn't hold value. There's no point in valuing things in dollars anymore, really. Okay. But I understand that we still do today because we do spend dollars. But understand what he's showing you is that every single day, he's getting a certain amount of Texit coins because he has X amount of miners. Now, those Texit coins do have a dollar amount, and that dollar amount is rising in value, but that's not what we're excited about. We're excited about receiving the digital asset, that peer-to-peer currency from our miner, which is Texit Coin.
That's it, man. That's a
Yeah.
great point. That's a great point. So, guys, we've had massive growth, which huge upside. I mean, on January 1st of this year, we were at 14 cents. When Mims and I started, we were around 40 cents. We've gone up to above $6. We're at $4 right now. But as Mims said, we measure our wealth and assets,
Yeah.
not dollars. We have a plan to take Texit coin to $16 by February. As you can see here in we were supposed to be above 379 in October. We've passed that. So we've hit every single month. We've hit this marker of our price. And then we have extra liquidity even to support the price. We have $10 million now to support that, right? And so when we end November, even though we've already gone above 529, that's where we want to be. The path to 16 by February is what we're going to do. So guys, this is your opportunity to be a part of a community making an American-made layer 1 proof of work blockchain with trust and transparency. No Wall Street, no banks, no hedge funds, no foreign countries interfering, just true, honest money for the people and by the people.
Yeah. True, honest money. I love that. True, honest money for the people, by the people, American-made blockchain. Folks, we've been winning. We've been mining this coin since it was around 50 cents. And, it got to $1 and we said, we have to let people know about this. And now it's at $4 and we are accelerating in our projections. The community is growing. The infrastructure is growing. The transparency there. What a time to be alive and be in position to actually create generational wealth and be mining these digital assets.
And again, guys, the truth and transparency here is amazing. This is in our back office. You don't even have to have an account to log to see this, guys. You can literally go to mindtxc.com and see this. This is our hash rate. That means how much computer power we have. You can see where all the funds are going. Guys, we have fundraised, crowdsourced $121 million for this project, right? That puts us in the top 50 cryptocurrency blockchains of all time. You can see here our purchased hash power and our sold hash power. We have purchased more computers or miners than we have even sold, right? So we're ahead of schedule there. You can see how much TXC is created each day. You can see how many miners we have. We're at 47,683. We were under 5,000 when Ricardo and I joined. And if you're watching right now and you're not in, trust me, you want to get in before 50,000. I'm not going to explain why, but whoever tells you about this can explain it.
Yeah. That's amazing that we were in around 5,000 miners and the community has grown. And I'm just telling you, we're just having so much fun with this project and traveling the world. Man, what a time, man. What a time.
Yeah, I mean, each week you can see how many new miners are coming in. You can see the average per miner now is at 2.2. And you can see that, again, the total miners. So again, guys, just absolute transparency there with what Texit is doing.
Yeah, folks. I mean, this is the time, man. I hope you guys really see what's going on around the world with the dollar. I hope you guys see what's going on legislatively. I hope you see what's going on with these industries and with the banks and everything else. Everything is moving to the blockchain. Everybody's going to be talking about blockchain and digital assets. And as people start to get more educated about blockchain and digital assets, and when they find out that they can actually mine cryptocurrency, that's where they're going. Okay. People buy crypto all day long. We can go to Coinbase and buy. You can go to crypto.com and buy. But not everybody realizes the power and magnitude of mining cryptocurrency, all the benefit that affords them for their life in their lifetime and for their children's lifetime when they get into it. So make sure, like I said, that you guys, for one, take advantage, lock in a position, start mining, start telling people, because I'm telling you, Texit Coin is going places and you're going to want to make sure that you're going places with Texit Coin.
And of course, Mims, we always ask this question too, is what's the utility or use case? Well, number one, we're a proof of work layer 1. So in order to send Texit, you have to pay a little Texit. But the big thing, guys, is even now in Texas, there are lots of small businesses using Texit where you can buy goods and services. Now, even if you're not in Texas, guys, there's people in our community that are selling gold and silver, real money for Texit. Okay. So it already has a massive use case of buying that. But the big one that's coming is when we have downtown dollars. And right now we're, in talks and, kind of piloting this with about 300 different municipalities and downtowns in the Texas arena to help their small businesses save on their Visa and MasterCard credit card transactions by using Texit instead of Visa and MasterCard. And another big one is all this miners that we're building together can also mine Litecoin and Dogecoin, which are both top 20 cryptocurrencies. So it's another revenue stream for the company to pay for electricity and also pay for the upkeep of miners in the future. Now we have a huge marketing promotion in M.I.M.S. I'll let you kind of talk while I show this, just to show the marketing and the advertising we're doing right now with Texit. I mean, it is all over the place. Cars, airports, I'll let you go.
Yeah, folks, this project, like I said, we're just getting started. Okay, we're just getting started. It's an amazing time to be a part of Texit right now because people are starting to see Texit all over airports, all over billboards, on major highways. There are presentations going on in major cities and local towns. I mean, folks are fired up and excited about this because it's changing their lives financially, where people, they're running out of money. And now, because of Texit, now they got more money than they know what to do with, some people. And, the thing is that, that's what we want for people. We want to make people, show them the opportunity of being free and what peer-to-peer, digital assets, free money, can do. And, with Texit Coin, and as you can see, Mike scrolling through and just showing everything, all the advertisements, all the promotions, all the events. I mean, me and Mike just came from Miami and, I had a phenomenal time out there. And, it was a promotion of a boxing match. And I mean, there's just so much going on, folks. And all this just to show that there's a community here, that there's value in this asset, that there's a real mining infrastructure, and that you can be a part of it. This is what's exciting. It's about being a part of the solution at the end of the day. Most people right now are complaining and they're arguing and debating over the problems as opposed to finding the solutions that can be a part of and sharing those solutions that are going to help people get out of the rut that the economy is in and the situations that people find themselves in. So, this is why we get excited, because we have solution-oriented mindsets and we like to find systems, resources, opportunities that are going to help us get ahead in this economy and help others get ahead. And I'm telling you, Texit Coin and this project is one of those things, and it's something that you're going to want to have a position in. You're going to want to have a miner. We have miners. We're helping more and more people get miners, and we're just getting started. Okay, we're just getting started. So this is a perfect time, if you're just seeing this and just getting involved, okay, to start getting into cryptocurrency and start mining these digital assets.
So a couple common questions. This is basically our last slide. I'm new to crypto. I don't know anything about it. Is this easy? Yes. This is the easiest way to get into cryptocurrency and blockchain. Most of the people in Texit are brand new to crypto, right? Earn while you learn. That's the beauty of this. Where do my coins go each day? Can I spend or sell them anytime? They go to your own wallet that will be on your phone that only you have access to. Yes, you can spend or sell them anytime you want. Send it to your bank, buy dinner, pay for gas, pay for your mortgage, whatever you want.
Yeah.
How can you buy a miner or C? We are crypto in, crypto out. If you're new to crypto, who's ever helping you to bring you into Texit, they can help you acquire that. We take USDC or USDT on Ethereum or Base. Even if you don't know what that means, it's very simple, guys. Will I get a physical miner? Do I need to have a bunch of know-how? No. Okay. You will not get anything physical. You don't need know-how. It's very simple. We teach thousands of people how to do this every week. How much is one miner, guys? It's $945 one time. And then you get Texit paid to you daily for the next 137 years. Now, how much will it pay me each day? Guys, there's too many variables, okay? It depends on the mining difficulty. It depends on the price of the token. It depends on when you get in. But again, whoever brings you in can answer all those questions. But I don't know anyone, M.I.M.S, who has gotten in who hasn't
Yeah.
just been in love and having fun winning.
Everybody that we've shared this with since we got in is winning. Okay. And we're just getting started. And you know, the miners is $9.95. We show people how to get them for $9.45. And then of course I got some news for you guys. I can't tell you how long it's going to be available, but we also can pay for a miner through ACH. Okay. So that is something that is available at this moment. And you know, it's exciting and it's a very simple way to help people start winning and start mining. But yeah, are you ready? Get a seat on a rocket ship, man. Like this out, share this out, get back to the person that shared this video with you, and put yourself and them in position to win. You know, and start mining.
Just the product we have here, guys, is amazing, right? We do have an affiliate plan program where people can make up to $3,000 a week, right? And we have dozens and dozens of people on our team doing that. But that's for another time and another place, because just what we have here with Texit, with the community, the vision and the mission we have, spreading liberty and freedom, helping people escape the debt slavery system and find another better way, getting paid Texit rewards every single day. And I always come back to that story, M.I.M.S, of Mitchell, who helped us, you know, get into Texit when we started. He was telling people for months, didn't even know there was an affiliate program. He didn't even know he could get paid to tell people about Texit. And he was just telling people because he's like, this is amazing. You pay one time and you get paid every day. So, I mean, M.I.M.S, it just keeps getting better. But
yeah, congratulations to Mitchell, by the way, becoming a Lone Ranger, him and his family, all the success that they've had, you know, the phenomenal short period of time, changed his life forever. Continue the great work, brother. And we're just happy for you. And I mean, so many lives are being changed, you know, and it's amazing, that ripple effect. You know, you're just doing what you do and you don't realize the lives that you're touching, you know, all across the planet now because of this project. It's massive what it's doing for people's lives. It can't be understated. And most people won't even really realize just how big this is, but and how life-changing this is. But it's exciting to be a part of, you know, and we're going to keep winning. We're going to keep growing, you know, and Bobby Gray is going to continue to make sure that there's transparency here, and he's going to do his job to make sure that the mining facilities are continuing to being built. And it's our job to let the community know that we exist, to let the world know that we exist as a solution for them, as we see the collapse of this debt-based fiat monetary system and people needing options of real value, and to be able to conduct global trade and commerce and something of real, you know, real value, real money, right? Digital assets.
That's it. Guys, I hope you are ready and prepared for the digital revolution. Thank you for everyone that came out tonight. Like this, drop a comment, share it out. We'll see you guys next week. Lace up. We are wealthy. Peace.